Thanksgiving dinner feels like it's been a while.
So The Kids Table was a song that I wrote with my good friend Steve Seskin down in Nashville, and I remember it was around Thanksgiving time and we were kind of catching up before we wrote, and we were talking about our plans for Thanksgiving, and we got talking about how it can get a little bit nutty depending on who comes over and the arguments and the conversation, and at one point I said, yeah, I know what you mean, I'd rather sit at the kids table. And he was like, yeah, me too. And then in that moment we looked at each other and we're like, let's write that. So that's kind of how we came up with the idea of writing The Kids Table. And we had a lot of fun with it. It was a really, really joyful write, kind of coming up with the characters. And the question I get asked the most is, who's Aunt Mabel? You know, is she real? And no, she's not real. She's a fictitious character. We made her up. Obviously we needed a setup line, so I love the setup line we came up with. She's got nothing against Aunt Mabel. I'd rather sit at the kids' table. Obviously Mabel rhymes with table really nicely, but I also think the name Mabel really kind of speaks to the idea behind the character. And obviously we made her, you know, she's on her second divorce, so she became the archetype of the person that maybe you don't want to be sitting next to at the Thanksgiving table. So, but yeah, a lot of fun writing that song. Remains one of my favorite songs that I've ever written, and I love it. Every time I play it live, someone always comes up to me after the show and high-fives me and said, yeah, I feel the same way. I'd rather sit at the kids' table. So that's a little bit of the story behind The Kids Table.
I'd rather sit at the kids' table, 'cause it's a lot more fun.